everyone. My name is Rachita Mathur, and the topic of my presentation is Essentials of Negligence, where my client may ask me some legal questions. So, first of all, what is negligence? Negligence is the omission to do something which a prudent person would do, or where a prudent person won't do. So, here I will be dealing with four essentials of negligence. First is breach of duty. Breach of duty is an essential condition for the liability in case of negligence. Here, the plaintiff must prove that the defendant has committed a breach of duty to take care of it, or if he fails to perform that duty. Example: A was passing by the road and died because of fall of a branch of a tree. He's standing on a road, and that branch of a tree, if falls on his head, so here the municipal corporation will be held liable for such. Alright, now second negligence can be cause in fact. Cause in fact is also known as actual cause or a factual cause. Here, the cause in fact means here the plaintiff must prove that the defendant has done a negligent act and he would not have suffered because of it. Now, third one is proximate cause of plaintiff damages. Here, if the defendant has caused damages that are outside the scope of risk, here the defendant could have foreseen that the plaintiff can't prove defendant action where proximate cause of plaintiff damages. Fourth one is damages. Here, it must prove that the failure to exercise reasonable care to a person to whom the defendant owes a duty of care and a personal injury claim, it must be brought to court within an appropriate time frame. Now, there are certain three exemptions where they both can take the plea of it. First is contributory negligence, second is comparative negligence, third is assumption of risk. So, first of all, what is contributory negligence? Contributory negligence means where both the plaintiff and defendant are at fault. Means, like we can take the example where P was roaming aimlessly on a road, okay, while he was drinking alcohol, whereas B, who is driving a car rashlessly, so suddenly B hits A. So here in this case both A and B are at fault and hence they both can't sue each other. Second one, comparative negligence, where both plaintiff and defendant are at fault. So here it allows a negligent plaintiff to recover some damages for the injuries to prevent the defendant from being completely relieved of responsibility because plaintiff also fails to exercise his duties. Now, comparative negligence are of two types. First is percentage of fault, second is partial comparative negligence. First, percentage of fault. Here, we can take the example where A has done an act which is A has done an act which is 40% wrong, but in case of B he has done a certain act which is 60% wrong. So here both A and B are at fault, but more fault is in favor of B because he has done 60% of the fault. So here that word 60 is the percentage of fault which he has done. Same in case of partial comparative negligence, where we can take the same example and same situation and same conclusion. Third is assumption of risk. Assumption of risk is if plaintiff voluntarily consents to do a certain activity that can't later sue if injured. For example, if A knows that by for example, if A knows that if he do a certain act, it definitely hurt himself only. So here, if A has done something, if A had done something, and due to which an injury is caused to him, so here won't be held liable because A voluntarily gives consent of that act. Thank you.